We continue the 2021 season previews today with the New York Rangers, a team who is looking pretty interesting heading into 2020-21. They arguably have the brightest future with new draft picks from the past 3 years. It's looking amazing for them. They have some young guys coming up. They have some great goal scorers on the team right now. Their goaltending's looking great. Their defense is looking great. In all honesty, everything's looking great right now. But do they need one more year to get everything together? Now, here's looking out for the New York Rangers in the 2020-2021 season from my perspective, of course. First off, if you are new to the channel, hey, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And also, if you haven't already, please go subscribe down below. That would mean a heck of a lot to me as well. As you can tell, we're in a bit of a different setup. So today I got a new shelf and a brand new desk moved in. So everything's all switched around right now. I hanged up another wall of pennants. We'll do that in a tour when we do that later today. I just want to get this preview out so you will see some stuff here that's not really like exactly all shaped and sound. I'm still changing around the setup a little bit to make it look affordable. The pennants do need to be changed around, so now they're in order. And also, I have 3 new pennants coming, and I also have a few other things coming, so I will definitely preview those as well in videos. So yeah. Anyways, if you haven't already, please go subscribe down below. That means a lot to me. We are halfway to 700. We're really trying to pop off on this channel. We are on the 20th team in the season previews now. Ottawa will be the 21st, and we'll start rolling through the rest of the teams in the coming days. We will be done with these previews by next week. So it's been a long road. It's been a while. We've made a lot of these so far, and I can't wait to make more. So yeah, if you haven't already, please go subscribe down below. I'm sorry this is coming out late too as well. I mean, the setup and stuff already said that. And yeah, also if you haven't already, please go check out the links in the description below, which includes my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord, and my TikTok. I have all the social medias down there. I post like constantly on all of them. So yeah, if you haven't already checked those out, that means a lot to me as well. And yeah. Anyways, let's get into what happened last season with the New York Rangers, which in all honesty was promising, but then it wasn't. What? So last season for the New York Rangers was above all, So the Rangers played 70 games last season, in a shortened season, of course. Had 37 wins, 28 losses, and 5 overtimes for a total of 79 points in the NHL. Not too bad. 17th in the NHL. For a competitive Metropolitan Division, they finished not in a bad spot. But the playoffs, no. They lost in the play-in round to the Carolina Hurricanes. They were swept in 3 games, and it was really kind of a tragic series too, because everything involving Henrik Lundqvist and all that other stuff. So they kind of got ran out of town. They got ran out of town by Carolina. Carolina was clearly the better team throughout that entire series. You can't tell me otherwise. I mean, there were points where the Rangers showed some promise, but really they went out in a horrible fashion, and it really kind of ended an era for New York. Henrik Lundqvist departed. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But, this team's heading into a new era, a new team. You're going to have some new players come up to the roster. And there's still some stuff that needs to be done. There's still some things that need to be looked at, of course. I think the defense may need a little bit of improvement. But, yeah, this team does need a definite maybe. It's looking interesting when it comes to this team. And the guys that they lost are going to sting in some areas. The key departure list here for the New York Rangers. These guys had to go, but it is unfortunate that they left. First one, I'm just going to get it all out of the way here, the emotional stuff. Henrik Lundqvist has left the New York Rangers, and he likely isn't coming back. I don't think the Rangers need him, honestly. Which sucks. Which sucks for me to say that. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I've heard everything with his heart problems. We talked about him yesterday. It's unfortunate to see it all happen, but, it is what it is. We're just going to have to get through it. And I mean, he's a great goaltender, phenomenal, from an unknown draft player to probably one of the best goalies in the league at one point. It sucks. It honestly just sucks. And it sucks that they couldn't get him a cup. And he's going to go down as probably one of the greatest players to never win a cup. And I don't think he's going to win a cup in Washington. I think his career, after he gets his heart surgery, I think his career is pretty much finished. So yeah, they lost Lundqvist. They also lost Jesper Foss as well. Foss will definitely, Foss will play pretty well in Carolina, but I don't think New York, that's too big of a hole, because I think New York kind of filled in that spot, and they needed to get rid of him for the young guys coming in. And they also got rid of a Big time New York Rangers veteran as well, Mark Stahl. That's going to leave a sting as well. And I think Mark Stahl will definitely improve at Detroit in that crappy defense. But the Rangers did need to move him out to get some young room in for their new forwards coming in. Or their new defensemen, not forwards. So yeah, this team is looking pretty good with those departures. Lundqvist will sting in like the fan base way. I don't think it'll really sting team wise. Chemistry may sting a little bit, but I think that it'll be fine in all honesty. So yeah, but this team looks pretty good on paper, and they looked pretty good off paper for a lot of the season there. So these departures really won't hurt that much. And when you look at their key rivals, it says it all. So the key rivals for the New York Rangers is short, but it's actually really good. So the first one says it all. Alexis Lafreniere, their number one draft pick of 2020, is a definite great center. He probably will play maybe on the second, third line this season, more than likely the third line. But he will definitely get his chances up in the second and maybe even first line. I see this guy as, you could argue he's the best prospect to go out of the QMJHL since Sidney Crosby. You could argue he's the best prospect to go out of the QMJHL since Connor McDavid. Well, McDavid wasn't even in the QMJHL. The draft since Connor McDavid. So, you know what I mean. So, like, this team looks great with Lafreniere added to that roster, with even more young guys like Kakko, and you have that Lindquist guy coming up, or Lundqvist, however you want to say it, and then you have Adam Fox on the blue line. This team looks great, young-wise. They have so many young players that this team is sustained for success for a while. And then this one that kind of confused me. I was like, what? So they acquired Jack Johnson from free agency, arguably one of the worst contracts when he was playing with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I look at that and I say to myself, New York, what's the point of that? I mean, yes, some veteran defense, some more depth on the defense, but like, was he really the best choice? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. Everyone was so confused. Why are you signing Jack Johnson? It's, I don't know, maybe just for some depth and maybe a fill-in guy if needed. So, with those new arrivals, the Rangers team looks young and amazing. So, as a Rangers fan, I mean, you already are excited, but as a Rangers fan, I would be very excited. The projected lineup for the New York Rangers actually looks really, really good when I look at this. They have some great depth on a lot of the positions. I'm pretty excited when I look at this. So, starting off here, on the left wing side there, you have Chris Kreider, Artemi Panarin, who will definitely push for first line, Alexis Lafreniere, and Guy Giuseppe. And then on the center core there, you have Mika Zibanejad, Ryan Strome, Philip Chatil, and Brett Howden. On the right wing side, you have Pavel Vucinovic, Kaapo Kakko, Frederick Gauthier, and Brendan Lemieux. So, starting off on that first line there, you have Kreider, Zibanejad, and Vucinovic. Honestly, I would probably put Panarin, Zibanejad, Vucinovic, and you could even put Kakko in first line too. This team, that line looks great offensively. Zibanejad, amazing. Panarin, amazing. This team looks great. That first line is going to be a monster. Second line there, Kreider or Panarin. Strome, Kakko, or Vucinovic. Really, in all honesty, I see those swapping sides. Another great young line. Kreider is getting up there in age, but Ryan Strome and Kaapo Kakko are decently young. So yeah, this team looks pretty exciting on that second line front there. Third line, Lafreniere, Chatil, and Gauthier. I think Lafreniere, the youngest guy there. Chatil, I think, will play pretty well in that center, and then Gauthier as well. Fourth line, you have Giuseppe, Howden, and Lemieux. I think Lemieux will be very physical as he always is, and then Howden and Giuseppe will play pretty good on the offensive line. So, this team has depth. Maybe the fourth line needs a little bit more, but I think nonetheless, this team looks great. This team looks great offensive-wise. I think that if everything goes right, Panarin has another standout season. Kakko could play better than he did last season, and Lafreniere has a good rookie season, and the center core can stay sustained. I think this team looks great offensively. The defense may leave a little bit of question, but I think that it still looks great. On the defensive projected lineups there, starting off on the lefty side, I have Ryan Lindgren, Tony DeAngelo, and Jack Johnson. These are three guys that are in there. Right D, you have Adam Fox, Jacob Trouba, and Smith. So I look at this, and I say, yeah, this is a pretty good defense. Lindgren and Fox, two young guys. I think they will definitely play good on that top pairing. Second line there, DeAngelo and Trouba. I think Trouba may even push for first line if Fox doesn't play well. And then D'Angelo, I think, could see even pushing for first, too. So, yeah, that second D pairing looks great as well. And then Johnson and Smith. Johnson, that third D pairing may need a little bit more work, but I'm not exactly sure on that front. You can tell me what you want. But, yeah, Johnson's there to kind of replace Mark Stahl, but not really. I'm not exactly sure how you want to profile that. But, yeah, this Rangers team looks pretty good defensively. Maybe the bottom pairing does need a little bit of work, but I think that apart from that, this team looks great defensively. And the goaltending's a bit of an issue with me. If everything goes right on that front, then the goaltending's great, but yeah, it's questionable. Starting off the Rangers projected goaltenders there, you have Igor Shesterkin as your starter guy, and then Alexander Georgiev as your backup. Now, Shesterkin, I have a lot of faith in him. He's gonna probably play well. He needs to just keep his sustained success. He's playing a full season, so we'll see how he does. I think he will do well, though. I think he played very well in the second half of that season. And then you have Alexander Georgiev, who was a middle-of-the-road goaltender in 2018-19. 2019-20, he was better, but not by much. I think he will definitely play better and play as a backup role there. But it just looked interesting. It just looks a bit questionable. So I'm still wondering on that front if it's going to stay like that. But yeah, I think it still looks good. Nonetheless, on that goaltending front, it just needs to stay sustained. So overall, the offense looks good, the defense looks good, and the goaltending, if Georgiev and Shesterkin can sustain, this team looks great. You could argue they have the brightest future, but is this the year that they push? Is this the year that they say, you know what, screw it, we're going straight for the playoffs? That's the question for me. And that brings us right on to the playoff prediction. Do I think the New York Rangers will make the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs? The answer is maybe. To be honest with you, I think, I've said it before, but I think I have Philadelphia, Washington, and New York, the three teams making the playoffs. Or no, Philadelphia, Boston, and New York making the playoffs. And the Islanders, not the Rangers. But yeah, that's a definite. Everything's open for anyone else, honestly. Pittsburgh could push. New York could push. Buffalo could even push. I think Buffalo's pretty underrated. New Jersey could potentially push. They do need another solid forward, though. And Washington can push. I think the Rangers do have a good shot. They have a better chance than a few other teams in their division. But they have a shot at making it. But really, honestly, they got to get past Pittsburgh and Washington. I think Buffalo and New Jersey won't be too hard. But I think they do need to get past Pittsburgh and Washington. That's the really hard part. So, Rangers fans, I know you guys can say you can make the playoffs. I'm not exactly sure if this is the year. This may be the year where they just test things out. That's what's going on in Ottawa right now. But they may make the playoffs. I'm not exactly sure. But nonetheless, this team looks young, and they look dangerous. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed, please go make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, as we were trying to get to 700 subscribers by June of 2021. I almost said by the end of the year, but I didn't. Thank y'all for the constant support on the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys later today for the Ottawa Senators season preview.